Hey guys, so yeah, we are back to normal. We are back to normal as of almost 50 minutes ago. It's about 7:33 a.m. Pacific time on this Monday, April 26th. But yeah, we are back to normal as of nearly 50 minutes ago. And I'll tell you, I'm gonna be, I'll be honest with you. I'll just be honest with you. This whole COVID situation, it's really been throwing a lot of us out of whack, out of flux, if you will. Our scheduling, that is, our plans, if you will. Because for most of us that use YouTube as a major source or semi-major source of income, or to basically make a living off of, it kind of gets hard, to do so when, when you live with family, when you live with friends, like, and when you live with your parents, like your mothers and your fathers, or your grandparents, or your aunts, or your uncles, or your cousins, or your siblings, or even your best friends, if you will, sometimes it gets hard to do live streams or videos, especially when they're around, because you don't know whether or not they're going to interrupt you or anything. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them would understand and respect the fact and accept the fact that, hey, when you have your door closed and everything, you're trying to possibly do a video for your YouTube channel so you can make money, or you're trying to do a live stream so you can make money. But sometimes that's not always the case, because you're going to have parents, you're going to have grandparents, you're going to have aunts and uncles, you're going to have cousins, siblings, best friends, if you will, that don't understand that at all, because they're so used, to just, knocking on the door, asking to come in, asking you a question, asking you to do something, and all that, which I'm sure none of us mind doing or answering as best as we could. But the thing is, it kind of throws you out of whack, especially when you get into the summer, because you got to rearrange your schedule to work around the fact that you have certain people off at that time because of either school, seasonal business, whatever the case may be. So this whole COVID situation kind of does the same thing as, let's say, a summer, spring, on Christmas break, would do itself. But it's unexpected because of the fact that, you can plan for summer, you can plan for the spring, you can plan for Christmas, if you will. But when it comes to this COVID situation, you can't plan for that because it just comes out of the blue. I mean, 2 weeks ago, tomorrow, when my mom called me up and said, yeah, I'm going to be off for the next 10 days, if you will, because of, a child being exposed to a family, to relatives that tested positive, that was unexpected, because I had not planned on uploading any videos in advance to premiere during the time she was here, just like I did during Christmas, and just like I recently did as best I could during spring break. So it was hard. It was hard and unexpected. I mean, yes, thank the Lord above, I was able to get some videos out, but as you could tell with my voice in this video, sometimes those videos, which were mostly package opening videos or even some short topical videos, I would be, kind of like this a little bit, kind of lowering my voice. All because of the fact that my mom, who I love very much, and I pray to God got to work safely, which she did, which is no doubt she will or has. My mom is like a lot of people out there, or some people out there. She's very inquisitive. And what I mean by inquisitive is she likes to ask a lot of questions, and hopefully, in her opinion, or from her point of view, hopefully we'll get answers to those questions that she's asking. I mean, there have been several times during this unexpected break from her job because of what happened that she would, ask me, certain questions I would try my best to give her answers to those questions, but then she would ask me another one on top of that. She's very inquisitive. Like, she would rapidly ask questions like, what was this? Or how do you do this? Or how this or that? Or whatever. She's one of those kind of inquisitive people that just constantly ask questions, which is a good thing. Because, there are people that may have the answers to those questions. But, she's the kind that really just, question after question after question, just shoots it off. And again, nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. Because honestly, like I said, she's not alone in this. There's several other people out there that do the same thing. And what's funny is it's not just me. It is not just my sisters. It could be anybody. I mean, there are times that when she was off, she would call up to take care of stuff like pay bills on the phone, or she would call up and set up appointments and stuff where she would also ask questions about certain things. She was talking to our local mechanic that she takes our vehicles to. She was talking to him on the phone, asking him a question for future reference. Not saying that there's anything wrong with the cars or anything, but she was talking to a local mechanic, asking him certain questions for references, and she was asking him kind of like, I wouldn't say kind of like what she does with me, but she kind of asked him questions in a way that was kind of back to back, hopefully, or hoping she would get a legitimate answer. And she, from what I understood, ended up getting some answers that were, very satisfactory. Heck, when we went to go take care of our seasonal business, which a lot of us do at this time of year when it comes to either, let's just say, owing or getting back, financially from the government, from the IRS, or whatever the case may be. She was asking questions. She was asking, oh, what about this? What about that? Oh, how's this? How's that? What does this do? What does that do? And again, it wasn't rapidly, but it was almost within the span of, let's say, 2 minutes or a minute and a half or something like that. Anytime the preparer, if you will, for what we were doing when it comes to refunds, getting back and owing, or whatever the case may be, anytime something would come up on the preparer's computer, which we were also able to see on another computer screen, my mom would ask the questions of, oh, what's this? What's that? What does that mean? How's that going to work? Will that affect? And stuff like that. Because again, just like a lot of people out there, or some people out there, she's very inquisitive. She likes to ask questions, hoping to get answers. And sometimes she will get those answers. But yeah, when she would be off, she would ask me a lot of questions, which I would try to give her the answers to, which is a good thing. Now, getting back to, like I said, being back to normal, like I said, this whole COVID situation, threw us out of whack because, kind of getting back on topic, because I went on a little tangent there, that's kind of the situation with me. Like I said, thank the Lord I was able to do videos, but I had to lower my voice at times, for a majority of them. I was still able to get out content as best I could because it was unexpected. I did not expect, if you will, having to basically, have to reshuffle my scheduling around the fact that my mom was off. But, thank the Lord she went back to work today, and, we could get back to normal a little bit for the time being. And what I mean by that, when I say for the time being, like I said, it's because you don't know what's up the road now. We don't know what's up the road in the next month or so because, this upcoming May is, the last final month of my mom's 10-month school season, because she only works 10 months. She doesn't do a full year like some of the teachers she works with does. She only does a 10-month deal. She takes the summer off, and like I said, she's a 10-month employee, unlike some of her other teachers, so she likes to take the summer off. That is why I say May is the last full month that, that she has to work at her job, at least until August, because the first couple of weeks of June are the other 2 weeks that she has to work, and then she's off, until at least mid-August, unless, like I said, unless something changes, something comes up, and they say, hey, we have to have you work until at least mid-June, or we have to have you come back, in the second week of August or something like that, to make up for the time that they missed because of the whole COVID situation that happened to them twice. The first time at the beginning of the school year, or around that, and then, of course, just recently with this one, unless something like, that comes up, the thing is, basically, May is going to be the last full month, and like I said, the first couple of weeks of June will, be it for her until August, mid-August, from what I can understand, unless something changes. But again, I bring this all up due to the fact that just like with the spring and, just like with the summer, the spring and Christmas, I can prepare myself for the summer. I can prepare myself to basically to, maybe once in a while, early in the morning, late at night, whatever the case may be, or even in the weeks before she's off, it gives me time to basically schedule some future uploads, if you will. And what I mean by future uploads, I'm talking about the fact that just like with spring and winter, record some videos a week or two in advance, and then like in the first couple of weeks she's off, have them upload, because I don't know what's gonna happen. And then perhaps in between, maybe once in a while do one that I can schedule at least, basically, basically what I'm trying to say, hold on for a sec. Okay, what I was trying to say, I was trying to get my words there. Basically, that would allow me to, do a video afterwards, maybe once a day, and then schedule that for at least, the following week. Like, if I do 2 weeks of video, maybe, a week prior to my mom being off, then the week she's off, I can do maybe one a day, and then schedule that for the following week, and just proceed to do that, from then on in. Or if I have to get up early, and do a live stream, or stay up late and do a live stream, I could do that too. I mean, I'll find ways to provide content during the summer break. But again, unlike this COVID situation, at least, I'll have, time to plan out what I'm going to do. Because the COVID situation threw us all off. Basically all threw us for a loop, if you will. It threw us for a loop, because, none of us expect, something like that to happen. And when it comes to something like my mom's job, because she's a preschool teacher, it's hard to, it's hard to really work around scheduling, uploading videos and montaging and making a living off your, or making some income off your channel from that perspective. But yeah, we are basically back to normal, and as of right now, for the time being, unless something else comes up, and hopefully, glory to God, it won't. But we'll see. Overall, though, yeah, it's been one heck of a break, unexpectedly. I mean, for my mom, she was able to get a new rug that she put under the table in the living room, with a near, right next to the couch, if you will. She was able to do that. She was able to do that, if you will. Me, of course, I got packages and all that, but I also discovered something that I pretty much figured might be the solution in the first place, but didn't really want to think about it. And that was the fact that even though I got that HDMI splitter, which does work and helps out in the long run, basically what I have to do is take out the HDMI cord that connects my HDMI switcher, if you will, to my television, which would thus allow me to go in between, certain devices. And all I have to do by unplugging that is it allows me to plug in my my video capture device and utilize that. Now, the one I do have, the Hauppauge, it does work, but for some odd reason, even though it powers on, the Hauppauge PVR rocket, the Hauppauge PVR rocket, even though it powers on and everything, and I did update the firmware, it's not connecting. It's like something is loose, like either the HDMI ports are damaged or something, I don't know, but something is just not, connecting right. Like it powers on and everything, and it does register the fact that it has, a flash drive in there, as well as it recognizes it has a connection to an HDMI device it's going to record off of. But unfortunately, it's not, coming up. I even tested it on the other television. I'll probably test it again later. But still, it's, nothing is coming up. Nothing is, nothing is coming up or anything. So, like I said, nothing is coming up, and hopefully maybe it's just something that will fix itself in the long run, or I don't know. It might even just work on the computer now. I don't know. But yeah, besides that, not really much going on. Not really much happening. And, besides what I just mentioned and everything, we did go over to my sister's about a week ago, because my niece was there along with my great niece, and we had a barbecue, and that was about it. And then, like I said, my mom went back over there on Friday, because my niece was there along with my great niece and great nephew, and spent some time there, watched the movie Mortal Kombat, which at first she said was good, but then she said wasn't, because it's all kind of gory at times. But besides all that, hasn't really been, that bad of an ordeal. It hasn't really been that bad of a situation. But yeah, things are back to normal, thankfully, for the time being, and we'll just see what happens from there. So, yeah, just thought I'd let you guys know that we're back to normal for the time being. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Thank you for being patient. I do apologize for the lowering of my voice at times to where it would be almost ununderstandable. But again, you got to work around the unexpected, if you know what I mean. So, but anyway, though, guys, thank you all for watching. Really appreciate your support. Check me out at BW Rosas discussions on your various favorite podcast locations, except from Pandora. Still working on that. As well as check me out at patreon.com/BW Rosas. $1 tier gets you a shout out recognition. $3 tier gets you recognition and a shout out and exclusive video content you can only get at Patreon, as well as for a limited time at DeviantArt.com under the BVW1979 account. The only catch is you have to have a DeviantArt account yourself, and it's got to be set to mature settings. But anyway, though, guys, thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. And I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care. Stay safe. Get vaccinated. I'm out.